Hey, what's going on, Taurus? I hope you are doing very well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for April 2022. So in this reading, Taurus, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for April 2022. We're going to take a look at some things you don't see coming for April 2022. We're also going to get some advice, messages from your spirit guides and angels, and much more, all about April 2022. So first things first, I welcome you here into this space with me, Taurus. You're very welcome here, okay, to check out this reading. I appreciate you taking the time to check out the reading first and foremost. If you find that this reading resonates with you, Taurus, definitely smash that like button and also subscribe for future updates if you haven't already. I always appreciate connecting with some amazing souls out there, which I may not know you in person, but in spirit, if you're here, I believe that we are deeply connected in some way. So with that being said, let's go ahead and pull the energy for you, Taurus, and see what it is that would like to come through for April 2022. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and also the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for Taurus. All right, Taurus, let's lay out the cards and see what we are working with here for you. Okay. Oh, Lord. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Taurus, yeah. Woo! Lovers all over the place, knights all over the place. Yeah, so this is it's crazy when I sense something and it just comes through. So your opportunity for April 2022 is the Lovers card, and your challenge for April 2022 is the 9 of frickin' Swords. Okay, so keep that in mind as we move through the reading. Your overall general energy for April 2022, Taurus, is the World, the King of Pentacles, and also the Hermit card for you here. So the World card as your first card in April shows that you have reached the end of some sort of journey in your life, some sort of phase in your life that you were meant to go through. And there is a big congratulations from Spirit that I do have to mention for you here, Taurus. I believe when it comes to your finances here, a lot of you, you may not be Bill Gates, or you may not be the richest person in the world, but there's something to be said about conquering your fears in the material world. Some of you may be dealing with that, but it is going to get better financially. I do see a lot of good financial options coming in for you, but really the thing on the heart, or the thing that I'm picking up on, is love, Taurus. So you also have the Hermit card here in your overall general energy. So there's going to be a lot of deep reflection upon where it is that you want to go, where it is that you want to move next. There's a feeling, if I was just to rip it and I didn't really use the cards and just went with my feeling, Taurus, there's a feeling that there's a lot of exploration to do for you in the love department. Okay, so some of you may be in a committed relationship here, because we do have the King and the Queen of Pentacles, a power couple coming out. If that's you, there's some sort of excitement that you potentially may be wanting to add to the relationship. For others of you though, I'm getting that there could be sexual dissatisfaction in your life, or a lot of guilt or a lot of shame around that area, and it may be something that you haven't really considered before, Taurus. And I don't think that it's major, because the Queen, Taurus, you're very you know how to operate in the physical reality because you're an Earth sign. But there is this feeling what you don't see coming, the Page of Wands. There's going to be a desire to explore more. The Strength card is also here, which I feel like you're going to fight this. This is going to make more sense as we start clarifying. But if we look at the advice here from your spirit guides, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and also the Ace of Wands here, if you're someone who's been I sense a lot of you are very strong boundaries, Taurus. I sense a lot of you here, your boundaries may actually be too tight. Okay, they may be too tight because of what you've built. Your opportunities, the Lovers and the advice, Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands. If you're single, go out and date, Taurus, in April. That's what Spirit is saying. Go out and explore maybe your sexuality in a safe, in a healthy, in a conscious way that you've never done before. Okay, this is the message that is coming through. Now, the Nine of Swords as well in your challenge is I really do feel that there's if you haven't realized yet, the whole world basically is designed to control, because sexual energy, when it's healthy, is very empowering, and it helps you create your own reality. For me, before I really understood myself, like what I like sexually, I couldn't manifest anything because I was like suppressing what I really liked. When I finally let go and kind of let go of all these boxed in ideas that we get from society about like you have to be in a monogamous relationship and anything else is like bad or wrong. I'm not saying that you're going to be freaking polyamorous. I'm not saying any of that, Taurus. Some of you, maybe, but for the vast majority, no. Even if you're in a relationship, there's an exploration of your sexuality that for some reason, I'm telling you, you're feeling guilty about, okay? Because it's almost like you've conquered your career, maybe not fully, but the World card, there's an end to any sort of stagnancy in the love department. So this is where we're going to really have to clarify. But if I were to just sum up what is going on, because I'm clairsentient, Taurus, so the way that I feel is through a feeling, is like the World card here, the Hermit, the King of Pentacles, it's like that there's a safe option for you to just kind of remain what you've been doing, but it doesn't really satisfy you. And I really do think it has to do with a relationship or your sexuality. Okay, so just be open to this. If this is not your reading, Taurus, it's just not your reading, okay? This is a general reading. Now let's clarify the Lovers. Why is the Lovers card here for you, Taurus, in your opportunity for April 2022? And for some of you, it depends on where you're at. If you're someone who's been very free, maybe it's time to question those values. If you're someone who's been boxed in and like you've been suppressing, then it's time to question those values. But I'm going to shut up and pull the energy. Why is the Lovers card here in your opportunity? This is your opportunity, the Lovers, for Taurus for April. Okay, the Lovers is clarified by the Nine of Cups here in your opportunity. What's coming through is there's someone in your reality who you're either going to move up with them or you're going to have to let them go. There's an end to expansion. Number 9 is all about the completion of a cycle. I think there's someone in your reality in love that you're going to have to tell them, hey, we're going to have to like improve this relationship in whatever way that makes sense for both of us, because I'm like, you, Taurus, are clearly wanting expansion here. Or you're going to have to realize that between you and someone in your reality, it may come to an end, because the 9 is you may be leaving off with someone on a very positive note in love and then kind of moving externally. If not, I feel a lot of you have to know your situation, Taurus. Some of you may have a partner in your reality who is totally willing to do something different with you, with your love, with your romance, with your sexuality, however it is for you, that you may be it may be like you're telling yourself, oh, it's just my partner who doesn't want to do this, but really it's you. Okay, really it's you. Now, that's not for all of you, but for some of you, there's going to be a realization that a love situation in your life has come to an end, and there's not, like, yes, are you grateful for it? Yeah, it's caused a lot of expansion, but the world here. So there's a movement on. But for some of you, I do sense there's a partnership here, very loyal, that you're going to be able to move forward together. No matter who you are, though, you're going to be really thinking about this, though, Taurus, okay? Now, also the 9 of Cups to the Lovers in your opportunity, it just shows you that you'll get what you want. Whatever you have, especially regarding your sexuality, if you're desiring to improve the relationship that you're in, or you're trying to experiment and figure out who you are, you'll get what you want. The nine of cups to the lover says you will get what you want. So this conflict in sexuality, in romance, whatever it may be for you, you are going to get a positive outcome if you simply move forward, like listening to your heart, right? Knight of Wands at the end, bottom of the deck. Let's see, why is the World card here though for you, Taurus, in the overall general energy? So there is this sense that a lot of you probably already have, because today is April 1st, that you've reached, like there's no more expansion in something here. Okay, Page of Cups, the world is clarified by the Page of Cups here. So, you know, there could be an end to some sort of innocent relationship here, very much, because the Lovers to the Nine of Cups, the world to the Page of Cups. For those of you dealing with that, it is a confirmation that, yeah, like some sort of relationship has reached its expansion. It's reached its deadline. Like you got to move on. For others of you, the Page of Cups to the world, the person that you're with, if you're not going to leave them, you're going to be like, hey, we're going to move into a new cycle together. So you have to know who you are, Taurus. But the underlying feeling that I'm picking up on very strongly in my body is like, do I know myself as a sexual being? Okay, that comes to manifestation too, because some of you may be, what this very well could be is channeling your sexual energy. If you're not interested in like exploring your sexuality with your partner or with new people, this very well could be, instead of using your sexual energy in sexual things, it's going to be more so channeling it into a career, okay? Because you do have the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, very expansive energy. So you have to know who you are here. Let's also go ahead and clarify why the Hermit is here. Taurus, why is the Hermit here for you in your overall general energy? Why is the Hermit here? Also, I don't think you guys know exactly what you want. That's why Spirit's saying you need to figure this out. Okay, Page of Cups to the world is like, you may have this like an innocent inclination to move in a different direction, but it's not clear to you, and you're very afraid of what the possible outcomes may be. Why is the Hermit here? Okay, the Hermit is clarified by the Four of Cups here in your overall general energy. So yeah, this is either, it's almost like for those of you in the relationship, it's almost like you're going to, in the beginning of April, tell your partner, hey, there's a dissatisfaction. We need to spice things up. Please do this with me. This very well could be someone you're dealing with, the King of Pentacles, if that's your situation, a monogamous situation where the person's just like, no, I'm not having that. I'm sorry, it's just not what I do. And then that makes you very upset, right, in your challenge, because it's right after, the challenge comes right after this Hermit to this. Now, for others of you, though, if you're not in that kind of monogamous thing or a situationship where you ask someone, hey, can we please spice things up? You're going to be the one, once again, it's internal resistance where you know a little bit that you're sexually dissatisfied or you're romantically dissatisfied, but then instead of moving in a direction in your overall general energy, there's this feeling of like, no, I'm just gonna like dwell on the possible negatives instead of like getting out there and making something happen. So the Four of Cups here, just be careful, because your overall energy is like, you may just kind of, once again, not really take this risk that the Spirit is telling you to do, but you're gonna have to be strong to do this here, because it's like, this could be something from childhood, like buried a very long time ago, very big part of yourself, you know. So let's go ahead also and clarify why this Nine of Swords is here. Once again, the number 9, again, the ending, the world, a lot of endings, completion of a cycle. Why is the Nine of Swords here in your challenge for Taurus? This is for Taurus. Sorry if I've been saying another sign. It's clearly for Taurus. Why is the Nine of Swords here for Taurus in your challenge for April? Okay, the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Swords in your challenge. So I get the feeling like, I swear to God, like there's something you want to do there. You're just not letting yourself do. Now, very well, for some of you in that monogamous relationship, your partner is not letting you do it. There's someone here who's like, no, no, no. For others of you, though, that you're more free and you're just kind of in a situationship and you could very easily accomplish this desire that you have just on your own. I'm telling you, there's a feeling of like, no, it's not good. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I'll tell you, like, Taurus, you know, when I kind of like exited the whole when I had the realization that like society kind of wants us to just be like sexually boxed in, it was very uncomfortable for me to like do something that I actually wanted to do. Okay. Whether this be just like being with a different type of person, exploring, like I'm telling you, you're feeling wrong, but guess what, Taurus, like part of, like we are mammals. We're not just like these spiritual, like in the spiritual community, I see a lot of people who repress, deny, and disown that kind of animalistic part of their sexuality, which is highly unhealthy, by the way, highly unhealthy. It leads to a lot of illnesses. So if there's something you need to do that you're not doing, you know you're not doing it, it's like, it's just be aware. I know this is resonating for a lot of you out there, Taurus, okay? And by the way, this is a general reading, so you have to bend this reading to your specific situation, as always, as a lot of you know already, okay? Let's also go ahead and clarify why the Page of Wands is here. Why is the Page of Wands the centerpiece to your reading? It does inform all the other cards. It's this desire. What you don't see coming is a building of... Some of you may not be feeling this just yet, okay? But I'm telling you, what you don't see coming, it's going to build this longing. Now, it's important to recognize, like, you need to be whole and complete within yourself before you seek another person. But sometimes you can go too far. I think a lot of you gotten too far with that, to be honest. This reality is about other people. Everyone is you pushed out. Like, the people that you view as so separate from yourself, on one level, are they separate? Yeah. On the other one, no. You're all one. So it's like, what are you afraid? Are you afraid of yourself? You know? And that can be very dangerous. You have to know your situation. Okay, but the Page of... Yeah, this card just flew out on my lap. Page of Wands here. Centerpiece is the Lovers. Okay, so it's just exactly clarifying what I've been saying. Whether this is a monogamous relationship you're looking to expand, or you're single, there's some sort of sexual dissatisfaction. And the most dangerous thing you could do is like kind of like, once again, tell yourself that that's not true. Tell yourself that, no, I need to resist my lower nature because that's not really who I am. Guys, the spiritual community, the lower three chakras are usually really out of balance. Moving into the root chakra, the sacral, the solar plexus, I'm telling you, when you go into those things, it's like, if you're not integrated, you're going to think like, ooh, this is like dangerous. But really, it's not, as long as you're conscious enough to not be stupid with it, okay? Because I know I'm ranting, I'm riffing, but I think a lot of you are getting this here. For a lot of you, I do sense there is going to be like a complication in your monogamous relationship if that's you, because of this desire. And if someone doesn't want it, you're going to have to ask yourself bigger questions about where is this relationship going. Let's also, and you know, King, Queen of Pentacles, you know, you could be with someone for, I don't know. Let's see, why is the Strength card here for you, Taurus? I feel like potentially I've been saying Virgo. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I'm just going crazy. This is for Taurus. Okay, I have to keep saying that because sometimes as a tarot reader, it's like I do so many readings for the signs that it's like sometimes I just slip up and say the wrong one. Okay, but this is definitely for Taurus. Why is the Strength card here? 2 more for Taurus. This is what you don't see coming. So I'm not getting the original meaning for that, like taming down the ego. I think you have to... Oh my gosh, Taurus. Yeah, okay, so look at the cards that came out to clarify the Strength card. The Hierophant, okay, kind of like that traditional thing boxing you in. 8 of Cups, having the strength to move in that different direction. Strength, again, but Ace of Wands here. And like the general meaning of this, the Strength card would usually be, don't give into your ego, like your lust. But I'm telling you, this is not lust here. Okay. Let me try to explain this, what I picked, because this is for some of you, Taurus, absolutely. Some of you are believing that your natural sexual movement into expansion is lustful, it's sinful, it's bad. That's your conditioning here. Sometimes it is lust, but for a lot of you, it's not. You're just labeling it as that. You're actually like because what you have to do in this reality is meet your needs. You can't like unneed something that you really need. And a lot of times what makes you feel alive in a sexual or in a romantic relationship, it's different than what you've been conditioned to believe that it is, or that what you've settled for. Here's the thing, is like, there's a lot of conditioning around sex, and a lot of people who are married, or you get together and you do things like sexually just like what you know is floating around in the collective consciousness. You know, true sexuality is about tantra. It's about building energy. It's not necessarily about, sexual intercourse. Yes, it could be, but it's deeper than that. It's a natural thing here that potentially some of you are resisting, that's true to you. And if you resist what's true to you, you're letting, it's like a trick. It's like the final trick. Like, you're like in the final boss level, Taurus, I'm telling you. Because once you figure out that sexual energy, you start to manifest really easily. When you free flow, when you do what is right for you. Remember, Taurus, this is going to be different energy for each and every one of you. I'm not telling you go out and engage in sexual things that make you feel uncomfortable. No, you know what I'm saying here, Taurus, okay? Because look at these clarifications, man. They are just wow. Now, let's go ahead and clarify why the Knight of Swords is here for you, Taurus. Okay, Knight of Swords is clarified by the Star. Okay, so moving forward in that kind of like just explorative, I don't give a shit energy, let's just see what happens, that's healing for you here. Okay, that's the inner healing that you're going to do. And sometimes it takes another person to help you do the inner healing on yourself. Okay, so just be aware of that. The Star, definitely moving in this exciting, passionate way is going to be very, 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 very expanding for you. Okay, for some of you, it may not be actual, it may be channeling your sexual energy into a business or something like that. Okay, but you do have the Queen of Wands here, which is kind of all about that like seductive energy that you may have to embody yourself for some of you. Knight of Cups, why is the Knight of Cups here? This is a very strange reading, Taurus, but, you know, reading as I see it. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Basically what I'm saying is, like, Taurus, you might be finding yourself in a situation of mutual masturbation rather than actually, like, really going into the spiritual aspect of sexuality, because the Knight of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Swords. And I think this is like your ideal, like what you thought sexual sharing was, what you thought love was, is coming to an end here. So you're realigning your romantic ideas about that, like whatever it is for you. For some of you, the roles may be reversed. For some of you, you're going to have to become more celibate. You're going to have to become less. If you're overactive and you're just going around and it's like you're spreading your sexual energy too thin, maybe there's an end to that, and maybe refraining is actually the healing. But for the vast majority of you watching this reading, no, it's the opposite. It's like it's the end to some sort of like the church. You know, the church wants us in single family households for a reason. As human beings, okay, this might be make you a little bit uncomfortable, guys, but we're designed to be in tribe. Okay, like the way that we function best is in a large tribe. Why do you think the divorce rates are going crazy? We're not meant to be in a single family household. It's not possible to meet your needs in that environment. Also, like as humans, we have all these like unconscious things that go below the surface. People on holidays, especially like if like the pagans, all this stuff is wired in a lot of our DNA. On holidays, there used to be a lot of fornication, a lot of this raw sexual thing. Now, maybe that wasn't healthy and you have to adjust it, but I'm telling you, there's a undercurrent of your animal nature that is needing to come out here. Because not only, because you think this is just about a love, you think I'm just hell. You think, Taurus, you think I'm just trying to get you like kinky? No, I'm not, because when you find yourself sexually, you can then manifest more. If you find that you're making ends meet, you're not having enough finances, many times what people do not tell you is that your ability to manifest is directly linked to your ability to get what you want sexually. And if you've shut out what you really want sexually, it's hard for you to manifest. And by the way, some of you, this may manifest in the form of, am I actually bisexual? Am I homosexual? But for the vast majority, I don't even think it's that big. I think it's like just a switch. Okay, so it's not like a totally like, oh, I gotta like completely go differently. No, it's just a shift. Okay, Ace of Wands here. So with that being said, I feel like the message has repeated enough. Taurus, this is for Taurus. Sorry if I've been saying Virgo. I don't even know if I have been. But if you want more information on this issue, or your life in general, Taurus, and this resonated with you, feel free to book a personal reading with me. You can find the information on that in the description box below, but I would love to work with you and see what it is that is going on here, how I could help you with my insight and guidance from spirit and as well as my own brain. But with that being said, I will talk to you next week. Don't be afraid to get out there, Taurus. Much love and light. Peace.